6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves out.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Javon Kinlaw in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Erickson now to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll let one go deep for Howard. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Lining up for the point after.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. From the 30 on 2nd down. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. When no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the gun, Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Second down. Here's Hurts. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. 1st and goal at the 7.
Hurts. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Complete to number 11.
A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr. He lets it fly. He's got him in. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
They'll take over.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get into the end zone. And touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts just continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And the catch made by Johnson. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
At the 13-yard
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's at the 40, the 20,
You know they
10,
pay me extra for this.
and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
All right.
This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much, Lester?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
At the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Carr. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Carr to throw on 2nd down. They find Williams on the slant. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts 34-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On first down, Carr. And incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. And it's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Godwin, 77 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Colts 62, Lions nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jalen Johnson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr escaping the pressure right. Oh, my goodness, another interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
35-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Throwing is Hurts. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Chris Godwin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Colts 76. Lions nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to
And that's caught inside the 30. The Lions now are going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. From the gun, Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Colts 83. Lions nothing. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Carr. It's complete to Lockett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. Jalen Thompson picks it. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A gain of 12. And a Colts first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Indianapolis.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Godwin, 50 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done. It's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Completes this to Waring. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First target, first catch, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
29.
On 2nd down and 4. Carr. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Demario Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd down.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. They'll run left with Pollard. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return, and the Lions will take over
at their own 46-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
He's across midfield.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Back now at Ford Field, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw on third down. Carr forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Carr. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give them 32 on the play.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
On 2nd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Carr, flush to his right. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions gain a bit of respectability. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Score, Colts 90, Lions 7. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded in the end zone.
Give me some.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, you're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Flushed out right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Carr now on 1st down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ronald Jones, the ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Carr dancing to his left. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another 1st down at the Colts 34-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
He's tackled.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. They almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. The Vikings opening their lead up to 2 touchdowns now. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Colts going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And 10. At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
By Logan Ryan.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Another 3 and out.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. One final try now for Carr. And now here's another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Colts.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry